Hey, hope you're doing well. Let's go see what I did in the month of July. First thing that happened in July is we actually went to the home lab, which is a lab built like a retirement home. So you can see here, there's a dining room, there's a washroom, and what the point of this lab is to test out technology on older adults. And so in our case scenario, it's perfect, right? We can test out how, our wearable clothing would work in an environment like this. So we were in the home lab really just looking at how our tech could kind of work in an actual retirement home setting because we have our demos in the month of August. And so we were there really trying to increase the accuracy of our device. Right now, we have an accuracy of about 96%. And so it's great to, work in the home lab to see the different types of scenarios that could happen with our technology and to increase the accuracy rate of it. So that's the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened is I went to Calgary for a family vacation, but while I was there, I also met with the team at Generations. In case you don't remember, Generations is the home that we implemented the smartwatches in for fall detection. So I met with their, director of care, a lot of their staff, as well as their residents, just to catch up on how things have been, some of the new technologies they've been implementing for, fall detection. It's still a really big problem, not only for them, but also for other homes. And so it was great to, validate that this is a big problem still for them and that they're still looking for a solution to this. And so hopefully when we're able to pilot our technology with more homes here in Ontario, eventually we can go back to, Generations to give them this technology because it's still something that they'd be interested in, piloting and working on in the future. The other thing is I also went to pick up our Bluetooth beacons, and I saw that they were all exactly in the same locations that, we placed them in. They didn't, tear the paint off the walls or tear the paint off the doors. And also the battery life on them was amazing. Like they still had more than 60% battery, and it's been a year since we last went to Generations. So this was just, good information for us to know like these are the right beacons to use when we start our pilots for our wearable clothing. The other thing that happened is we got ready for our demos in July. Since we have them in August, we actually already had two. We had one on August 1st and another one on August 2nd. And so I won't spoil them. I'll talk about them in my August newsletter. But what we did in July was we actually met with other founders who had pitched their products to the same organizations that we were doing demos with. So one founder that I met with was Elizabeth. She's the founder of Wellbe. They raised $6 million for a resident software management platform. And they are literally, implemented in almost all the homes that we're doing demos to. And so I met with her to get her thoughts on our demo presentation and to really make sure I hammered out the details to see, what do specific organizations care about? Because specific, retirement home chains are optimizing for different things at different times. And so it was great to get her feedback on our presentation as well as how to tailor it to the different organizations we're demoing with. So that's the other thing that happened in July. The last thing is we didn't get into Techstars, but what's great is that they still want to make sure that we keep them up to date with what we're working on. They didn't send us one of those, automated rejection letters. We got a personalized one, so I guess that's positive. And so we'll continue to keep their team up to date with, the progress that we made. The reason why mainly was because we didn't have enough traction compared to the others that were also applying. And so it wasn't really, about our team or our product. It was really just we don't have as much traction as they're looking for, which is fine. And so we'll come back to them in a year with a lot more traction and then go from there. Big thank you to, Dave, Drew, Akshita, Max, and even Stefan for giving us feedback on our application to get us to the stage that we did in the Techstars application process. It means a lot that, you took time out of your day to give us a lot of feedback on our application because, we went back and forth a couple of times. And so we really appreciate, your time for helping us out. And also big thank you to the Techstars team for, their help throughout this process. The application was a really good thinking exercise for us. We learned a lot doing it. And so big thank you to Trey, Jordan, and the rest of Techstars team for that as well. Well, that's all for me for the month of July. I'll see you at the end of August. Bye.